Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video on Kingshot. Fantastic game. I'm loving it, guys. So I'm going to be doing the top tips I have, guys, so far for all of you whilst playing this game. And these are very, very important because this is a new game. I'm in a brand new kingdom, as they call it on here. And if you guys are in the same situation, you need to make sure you listen along and follow along because these are very, very crucial, important bits of information for you all. Okay? So when you first start this game, it's very important to make sure that you're very consistent with your buildings. So you want to build up all your buildings, guys, and you want to make sure they're consistent and upgraded all the way through at a very similar level. Don't miss out on one area. Keep them all going at the start, right? I know when you get to late game, you might have to, drop down on a couple buildings and then build it back up at a later date. But when you first start, try and keep them all at an equal level. And the reason why I say that is because when you first start, it's extremely, extremely important, especially when it comes to the sawmill, the quarry, the iron mine, and the mill, and the kitchen as well, because these are what's going to produce you what you need, such as the bread, so the food, the wood, the stone, the iron, and obviously the gold, right? So it's extremely important because resources are the hardest thing to get. So you want to make sure you're upgrading all them buildings to make sure that you have the resources coming in. The resources are your key to growth because you can't grow if you don't have the resources, okay? And then as you progress through the game, you want to make sure that you are doing your conquest. So you're working through your levels there, guys. And the reason being is because it gives you gold, which gold is very hard to get, guys. And as you progress, you will find that out the hard way, unfortunately. But you're also able to claim idle income and get the gold there, as you see, and hero XP, right? So what you do that for is to make sure that you've got the gold to upgrade your researches, okay? So you're able to research into growth, economy, and battle. So primarily right now, I'm working on growth, and I'm also doing a little bit on battle. And the reason why I started doing some battle is to make sure that I could do more on Conqueror's camp, and that's just so I can get even more gold, right? So I'm kind of working around of what I need. I always upgrade, I always invest or research into items what are going to help me longevity to start with, right? So I don't expect to be fighting, all the time when I first start, but after the 3-4 days when your bubble drops, expect fighting, especially when you're in an active city like this one, Kingdom. People are already fighting. So I know that I need to keep working, and I'm going to have to start fighting probably tomorrow, realistically, because it's very active. But if you're not a money spender, I wouldn't recommend fighting to start with. I'd recommend just keep building your growth, economy, and battles. And then once you feel more comfortable, you've got more troops there to kind of protect your turf, so you're not as easy to be attacked. Then you start pushing forward and you start fighting when you've got more security there. But as I can show you here, when you start to invest / research, you can see it uses gold coins, and this is going to be the key. As you can see right here, you need resources. Expensive, very expensive. And when the next point, as you can see here, people are pressing help. So when you're in an active alliance, you will grow so much faster. And the reason being is because right now, you can see that already flying down. A couple more helps, that will be done. So you don't need to waste speed ups. You can just get faction alliance helps, and then that will allow you to move forward so fast. You can progress. And take in mind, these research what I'm doing aren't quick ones, but when you first start, most of these are only a minute long. As you can see, 38 seconds. So when you do one of these, they instantly go because your alliance is helping you. So key thing, make sure you are in an active alliance, guys. Not only just for the fact of the helps, but you get extra rewards from alliance gifts. You are able to do the tech, and then the tech allows you to get points, so you can buy more things from the shop, from the today shop, as well as the weekly shop. So take in mind, guys, there is a lot that you can benefit from being in a great alliance, as well as protection, knowledge, and a lot of other things that come alongside it, okay? So far, as I said to you, you want to equally split your kind of buildings, work on your resources, research. So when it comes to research, guys, I didn't say it 100%. You want to make sure you're working on all aspects of this. So kind of work your way down all the trees equally. And then when it gets kind of a lot longer and harder, that's when you want to focus on either growth or battle or economy, depending on what stage you're at in your kingdom, because it does change. It does change on what kingdom you're in. Some kingdoms don't fight for the first month, first week, couple weeks. Some fight the first day. So if they're fighting actively, you might need to invest a little bit into battling. But remember, growth is always going to be key for you because you want to keep growing faster than everyone else. If everyone's just putting into battle and you've put into growth and economy, you're going to last a lot longer because economy is going to be giving you your production. That's why later on today, I'm going to be focusing on this and maxing out as much as I can for this because it's going to help me longevity with more resources, okay? And faster, gathering and growth. That's what you want. And then on this one here, you can see it goes down and it helps you with all the other things of bandaging, training, things like that, camp expansion. So they have the all different avenues, and you need to go through and click and see which ones you want and research about it, guys. It makes a big difference, okay? And at the start, try not to waste all your speed ups, try not to waste all your gems. I've just topped up with Gem Z. I spent $100 on there, so make sure to go check out Gem Z if you want to save up to 35% off all in-game packs. It's insane in the membrane. I can show you here on the system. You can see that I've purchased 16 packs through Gem Z. I saved a huge amount of money, and you guys will too if you utilize them, okay? And then the final tip I'm going to give you guys, the final tip here, okay, so I think that's the 5th tip now, is, are you ready? You want to make sure that you're farming, right? So when you first start, I know right now I have a good chunk because I have bought loads of packs, but when you first start, you don't have any resources really. You get bare minimum. So my trick and tip of this is, guys, what not a lot of people do, when they first start, what they do is they try and go for like the biggest one like this. Hold on, let's go for something like that, level 6, right? And then it says it's got a cap of 1.6 million, right? One, they're not going to be able to do all of that. Yeah, you're not going to be able to fill 1.6, and your troop capacity is going to be too small, right? So don't go for the big crazy ones. What I recommend doing, yeah, and this will be depending on how your growth is, where you're currently at, but once you start building up a little bit more troops and you're getting further in, what you want to do is you want to go for smaller tier ones, right? Like, I tell you what, let me choose the material I need. So I need iron. So let's say iron level 4. It's going to be 30k each. So I'm going to do 30k on all of these. Well, I can't with that one, unfortunately. So all you can do is kind of do the best you can do, but I will go back and finish that. So what I will do is I'll go through, because I've got multiple lines of troops I can send out at one time. See, that one's letting me go above it, you see. It's weird how it works, right? So you don't really want to go over it. Just get to the exact 30k, and then you're fine. So you don't want to oversend it, because if someone attacks you, then you're going to be losing out. So the reason why I do it like this, I do smaller ones, is because one, I'm going to be getting a lot more resources faster, okay? And what I mean by that is, if I just send out, the reason is low levels there. The reason is if I just send out loads of troops, right, to a high tier, yeah, I send all my troops to a high tier one, right, and they're just farming. It's only farming one at a time, right? So it's only can go on as fast as it can go for one. But if then I move it to loads of little ones like level 4s here, I'm able to send out 4 marches now. Oh, sorry, 3 marches. I'm able to send out 3 marches, which are farming metal, iron, at the exact same speed. So that's 3 times the speed instead of me just putting all of it into one, if that makes sense for you guys, yeah? And also, I find if you go for like the bigger tiles, bigger players are going to try and knock you off of them. Yeah, so you go for bigger tiles, bigger players are going to be wanting them because they're going to want to mine more at one time, yeah? And they're going to knock you off. But whilst you're still growing and you don't have loads and loads of troops to fill up and take up the full capacity, go for smaller ones, go for multiple of them, and keep farming. And the truth being is, and people go, yeah, but then I won't farm much and I want to go offline. Truth being is when you first in a new city like this, new kingdom, you want to be active, you want to be on, you want to be coming on every half an hour, stuff like that, or even more frequent if you have the ability to, guys, okay? So what I will say is do it like this, because it's going to make a world of a difference for you. And also, guys, take in mind, you're going to be safer from bigger people attacking you. You're getting a lot quicker. And it's just good for you guys. It's really just good, because this will take, I don't know, maybe like 45 minutes to an hour for this march, to get all of the iron and come back to me. So I should be back on within that time to then just send out my troops again to get more resources of what I need. And also, when you do smaller ones, it's quicker for it to come back. So you're quicker to get the resources that you need, and then it's quicker for you to send back out for ones you want. So right now, let's say I'm doing great on all resources, but as you can see, iron's low. Iron's obviously a lot more rarer, harder to get, but it does mean that at a later date, after I've done some more building upgrades and stuff like that whilst they're farming, for resources, I can then go, oh, okay, right, so I'm low on wood now, so I need to go get wood for the next load. So you're not locking yourself into a 4 or 5 hour long farming. You're locking yourself into 30 minutes there, as you can see. It's not bad at all, is it? It makes sense. But yeah, quick brief once again of what we should do. When you first start the game, make sure all your buildings are equally built up, okay, and upgraded. Focus on your mill, sawmill, quarry, iron mine, kitchen, clinic, even things like that. The ones what are going to give you resources, keep your, what is classed as, your residents healthy and well, and keep it so you can actually keep upgrading, okay? And then you want to work on your conqueror's camp to get your gold. And the reason why you want to do that is for your research. So you want to research, guys, yeah? So you work on your research center. I recommend working on all of them personally. And then as soon as your city becomes more prevalent of battling, make sure to put some into battling. And as I said, when you first start, if you're in a good alliance, which is the next one I said, if you're in a good alliance, you then don't need to spend as much resources and speed ups, because they do it a lot quicker for you. It instantly jumps you up and pushes you ahead of everyone else. Only start using speed ups when things start getting to days worth of time, 12 hours, 24 hours, multiple days. That's when you want to start using the speed ups, guys. So make sure you're aware of that. Don't just overuse everything. Be aware of it. Get involved. Have fun. And also, a good tip for you guys, make sure to upgrade your heroes. Look at your heroes, educate yourself, click on the top bits to see what they do, how good they are, and how they can help you, as well as the skills. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If this video helped you, make sure to join my Discord as well. And comment what server you're in, Kingdom, and let me know what video you want to see next. So, good boy.